The Brahmapuri Forest Division in Maharashtra's Chandrapur district is one of the most important forest blocks in the central Indian landscape, outside the protected area network. It is contiguous with the state's finest tiger habitat, the Tadoba-Andhari Tiger Reserve, connecting it with other protected areas in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Telangana. Brahmapuri's forests span over 1,100 square kilometers and support a resident population of over 48 adult tigers. But it also has 608 villages. Here, tigers and humans live in close proximity. But over the years, the forests have slowly degraded due to human pressures of many kinds. Among them, one of the most severe and consistent pressures is of fuel wood collection. Using fuel wood is a way of life and a necessity in remote villages that share their boundaries with forests. Moreover, these villages are inhabited by marginalized communities which depend on the forest for their daily needs. Sustained and widespread fuel wood extraction leads to degradation of forests, which in turn affects the region's water and ecological security. Fuel wood burning adversely affects human health too. The Conservation Behavior Team at the Wildlife Conservation Trust has been studying the social, psychological, and economic factors that drive the extraction of forest resources and the use of fuel wood. Our data shows that as the incomes increase, fuel wood usage also increases. Increased incomes also lead to increased individualism. As individualism increases, preference for community assets reduces. Increased incomes lead to increased consumption of wood, thereby putting more pressure on the forests. This makes it critical to prioritize the adoption of cleaner fuels by the households. The energy consumption decision of the household depends on fulfilling two major needs: cooking and water heating. Distribution of and subsidies on LPG by the government has led to a 39% decrease in fuel wood usage for cooking on an average. WCT's work showed that a significant amount of wood collected by villagers is used for water heating, irrespective of the season. This diminishes the health benefits of LPG as women continue to be exposed to the ill effects of the smoke generated by wood burning, as well as the burden of carrying headloads of fuel wood from the nearby forest. Considering all these factors, this team of interdisciplinary researchers has come up with an energy-efficient and affordable solution, the bumba. Suited perfectly for water heating in Indian villages, where other water heating technologies are either unaffordable or environmentally unsustainable and unhealthy, the bumba consumes just 1/3 of the fuel wood consumed by the traditional wood-based stove or chulha to heat the same quantity of water. Importantly, the bumba can be easily fueled by crop residue, dung cakes, dried leaves and used paper, eliminating the need to collect fuel wood for water heating. WCT has been promoting the use of this water heater by offering it to households at 1/4 its original cost. Baseline data from as many as 49 villages around the Godazari Wildlife Sanctuary was used to ensure that representative villages were selected for the pilot program for the bumba. Care was taken to ensure that people knew exactly what they were investing in and what they should expect out of the water heater. This was done through a well-planned communication campaign, which included public announcements, jingles in the local language, and display of posters in target villages. A series of live demonstrations were given to the villagers, and their questions and concerns were addressed. Demonstration units were installed in a household in each village to familiarize the community with the water heater. The demonstration unit was displayed alongside the new units at the time of delivery of orders to assure the villagers that they were getting what they had ordered. A large-scale adoption of the bumba is likely to reduce the use of fuel wood drastically, thereby positively impacting the nearby forests, improve the indoor air quality of households, thereby reducing respiratory illnesses, and above all, reduce people's visits to the forest, thereby reducing the interaction between them and large carnivores, and the resultant injuries and deaths on both sides. With more than 30% of the households adopting the bumba in the first year itself, the community has responded positively to the idea. The payment of INR 1,500, which is 25% of the total cost, has also meant that they are ready to take ownership of the change that they are trying to bring about in their lives. Despite the delays in delivery due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting threat to livelihoods, not a single household backed out of contributing for the bumba. Based on the overwhelming response, WCT is facilitating large-scale distribution of the water heater in Brahmapuri, along with the Forest Department. The Forest Department officials were invited to the pilot villages to share the learnings from the project. As a result, the Forest Department has shown willingness to introduce the bumba in the buffer zone of the Tadoba-Andhari Tiger Reserve. The field director of the Melghat Tiger Reserve has also ordered a few units to run a pilot program in the villages of Melghat's buffer zone. The NGO Junglescapes has taken WCT's model to villages around the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. They also plan to install the water heaters in the anti-poaching camps in partnership with the Forest Department. Healthy, biodiverse forests are necessary for the agricultural productivity and the climate and water security of our country. Scaling up these efforts is a step towards safeguarding not just forests, but also a shared ecological future.